Hi everyone, I'm MacKenzie. I'm the Youth Services Librarian over at the Beaverton City Library at Murray Shoals normally. Today I am at my home and I am going to talk about a few graphic novels that I highly recommend for high school, like grade 9 to 12 teenagers. It's not a hard and fast range, but it's a good place to start. So the first book I would recommend is, and these again are all graphic novels, one of my favorite genres, is Miss Marvel. So this is Miss Marvel Volume 1. It is by G. Willow Wilson. It's a long series that started, I'm just double checking, in 2014. And I think G. Willow Wilson just finished with her run of Miss Marvel. So this is recommended if you really like all of the Marvel movies that come out, multiple times a year. I think you would love this. It is in the Marvel universe, obviously, but we haven't seen this Miss Marvel on film yet. So we all know, Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel. At one point, she was Miss Marvel in the comics. But now in this series, since Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan becomes Miss Marvel. So through a accident, she gains superpowers. She's a Muslim teen who just essentially wants to protect her New Jersey neighborhood. And kind of similar to Spider-Man, she is dealing with new superpowers and dealing with the responsibility that comes with that, as well as just dealing with all high school things, schoolwork and friendships and potential romantic relationships. So great series. I really love it. As you might notice, this is one I own. This is not a library copy, but this is a series that you can check out on Overdrive through Libby. All right, Miss Marvel. Next graphic novel I would recommend is Paper Girls. This is another series, again, one that I own because I love it a lot. If you like the show on Netflix, Stranger Things, I would highly recommend this. So this is about 4 teenage girls who deliver newspapers as a job, and it is Halloween in 1988. The story starts out with some bullies who they have to confront, but then they end up interacting with, unbeknownst to them, some aliens who are on Earth from another world on their own mission. So the series, they do a lot of traveling in time and space in the series. And again, this is volume 1. There are I want to say a handful of volumes at least. And again, this is another title that you can access on Overdrive through Libby. Paper Girls, and this one is by Brian K. Vaughan, and Cliff Chang does the illustrations. I really love his illustrations quite a lot. He's done a Wonder Woman series before, and Brian K. Vaughan is one of my favorite graphic novelists. All right, last but not least, another one of my favorites, Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. She's got a very different style. It's very spooky. And this is recommended if you really like scary stories, scary movies or books, any of that. If you like the scarier, the better. So this has actually 5 stories in it. They're short stories. And my favorite, and what I think is the creepiest one, is the last one. It's called The Nesting Place. And I'm just going to read you the first few pages of it. It sort of sets up the rest of the story. Belle's mother told her about monsters. She told her of the man-shaped thing that lurked in the cellar of her childhood home. How its bone-white face with its piano key teeth and burnt-out eyes would peer up from the bottom of the steps. The adults never heard a sound, though, and never believed us when we spoke of the creature's sweet, wet voice. She spoke of the dark fog that seeped over their town years ago, and of the 1,000 mouths it hid. rings of teeth that glinted at the edge of one's vision. The last time I saw your father, he was reaching for me, half swallowed in that mist. But the worst kind of monster was the burrowing kind. The sort that crawled into you and made a home there. The sort you couldn't name, the sort you couldn't see. The monster that ate you alive from the inside out. Belle never believed a word. But maybe she should have, because the story only gets spookier from there. And especially with that last story, when I read it the first time and then I went to bed that night, I had a really hard time falling asleep. So Through the Woods by Emily Carroll, fantastic, really spooky. And this one is a library copy, though I have been debating buying a copy for myself because I love it so much. Again, also available on Overdrive through Libby. In case you, again, want a reminder of the 3 graphic novels I recommended. I have Miss Marvel, No Normal. It's volume 1 in the G. Willow Wilson series. And Paper Girls, also volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan. And the spookiest one, Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. Thanks a lot, and I'll be giving some more book recommendations soon. Bye, everyone.